Hi, Gil from Testing Gil here, and today I want to talk about edge cases and negative cases. If you're testing any kind of software, you've probably heard about edge cases. So, what are they? Let's turn to Wikipedia, shall we? An edge case is a problem or situation that occurs only at an extreme operating parameter. That's not very helpful, is it? And who decides what extreme is? Let's take an example. We have a credit card expiration check API, like this. If we're months away from the expiration date, we're not on the edge. Same thing for years after. As we're getting closer to the expiration date, things are getting more interesting. You can feel the excitement in the air. Does the expiration calculation works well a day before the expiration? An hour before? When the clock strikes midnight? In London and in Buenos Aires? When we're speaking about edge cases, we actually focus on incidents around a parameter. In our case, it's time close to the expiration. But what makes these cases more interesting? I'll tell you. We're trying to catch the developers in the act. Think about it. What's the difference between the cases of a month away or a minute away? Nothing. At least in our expectation of that both should work correctly. The only thing that is different is that we're pretty sure and pretty confident that the developers took care of the regular calculation, but we're anxious to see if they also thought about the edgy one. Edge cases come from the code. Okay, actually, bugs come from edge cases who come from the code. We'll get back to the developers in a second, but first we need to discuss another term, negative cases. In the negative case, we're testing the application to see if it can handle unexpected input and user behavior. That's Wikipedia too. The negative case derives from the requirements. The spec, or the product manager, tells us what is the expected user behavior in the positive or main flow. And also what happens if they step off the road, which is the negative case. We're testing, and again, there's excitement in the air. What are we looking for? You guessed it. To catch the developers. Let's think about it. What makes the negative case negative? It's not morally wrong, just another way of using the software. Now, if I was the product manager, I'd tell you exactly what the system should do in every situation. Then, as a developer, I would get the spec and expect to have everything in it and implement everything in the code. Then, as a tester, I would read the spec, get the software, and test every situation, and then to see that it works according to the expected behavior, regardless if it's positive or negative. Because, as a user, we'd like everything to work correctly. Okay, so let's say we work that way regarding our expiration situation. We spec everything out, and we code everything out, and we test everything out. Will we still get excited testing around the negative cases and the edge cases? Probably. But why? We took all the fun from testing by specifying everything. Negative cases and edge cases are interesting, but for different reasons. Positive or negative cases are based on user behavior. Using the term negative case signals to everyone, including the developers, that this flow will probably be used fewer times than the positive one. We're actually classifying the importance of the behavior. So when we hear a positive route, we give it more attention. And that includes both the developers and the tester, and of course the product manager who wrote this. Edge cases are more about the implementation, hard-coded values, date calculations, and such. With edge cases, it's more about paying attention and remembering to implement those cases. In both cases, it comes down to the code. But with the negative and positive cases, it's about broadcasting importance. As a user of the software, I'd like the attention to be brought for both negative, positive, any case out there. I'd also believe that if everything is spec'd out, everything will be developed and tested correctly. I try not to use the terms edge cases or negative or positive cases. I like everything to have the same importance. Alas, at least for the negative case, there is a use case. What we do is risk-based testing. That means that if we don't have time enough to test, which is always the case, we probably want to focus on the important cases or the users of the system. That means that if we don't have enough time, we'd probably focus more on the positive cases. But sometimes the negative cases are more risky. Let's go back again to our expiration example. So the expiration is of a credit card, and before the expiration we charge card in the regular positive way. But if after the expiration we try to charge the card, we pay a penalty. Now, charging after the expiration is the negative case, and we may not give it as much attention as we want for the regular way, but it may cost us more. So, if there's not enough time to check both, which one would you choose? My point is that we're very fast and loose with using terms like edge and negative, and by doing that, we're directing attention and energy, sometimes to the wrong places. What we really should be doing is discuss and agree about the different uses and behaviors that are important and risky, and work according to the importance of them rather than giving them names like positive and negative. Then we go build them and test them and let the user enjoy the software in whichever way they choose to use it. And then, and only then, we can go after the developers. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and watch other videos on this channel. And in the comments, tell me what you consider positive or negative or edgy. Until next time, bye-bye.